I'm recording this as kind of a last will and testament to my adult life. Uh, Things that I hope to prove. You can laugh, and you can laugh. These things presented themselves to me. I certainly didn't go looking after them. Chasing girls in high school. But I know DNA is a hoax. I know that the idea of giant lizards, a whole world of them, roaming around the earth is ridiculous. The space program, really? We got solar panels in cold, dark space. We have a so-called magic belt that they're floating around on, and they all float at different paces. Supposedly with some fuel or some guidance from down here. We get live feeds from meteors millions of miles away. We got a third world that can't get a satellite signal. We're told there are satellites up in the sky, eyes in the sky. But everything that we've accomplished can be accomplished by radar. The International Space Program. Why do you create such a thing? The Earth's getting full up, man. It's Malthus. It's population problem. AIDS. Autoimmune deficiency disorder. Fucking monkeys? I don't know, man. Maybe. Really? You think? That's about as far as a black soul goes. I mean, I'd hate to suspect all these things. But we've created, as children, we begin with a sense of wonder. And then we're sold the American dream. Dreams have all kinds of content. We've created a fantasy world, and it's great because it eases pressure. It secularizes and takes what can be sacred out. And in a sense, it cheapens the whole deal. If you question these things or bring them up to people, I mean, they shame you, man. They tell you you're crazy, and that you should go back to third grade and read this, or maybe you should Google it and see how this works. There ain't no floating magic belt around us. We haven't been to planets. We didn't land on the moon. There were never dinosaurs. I mean, you can take a bunch of discarded calcium deposits, and you can make them whatever you want. In a sense, it pisses me off. DNA. We're all descended from Africans, right? But how is it that when you look into some people's DNA, there's no African in there? How do we have a library that's supposedly uncovering the human genome? A library of shit. 4 letters, you know, right? And yet from a little bit of saliva or blood, get this magic notion. It's just evidence, brother. It's just evidence. So in conclusion, we've got DNA and evolution. Let's talk a little bit about evolution. What about wings? You tell me there's no intelligence to any of this shit. And that things proceed by chance. What suggests a wing? What within suggests wings? How many generations does it take to get there? I despair, man. I mean, this is the Western viewpoint. This is what we want to educate the world on. This is the shit we want to feed into people. Because we're too scared to not know. Know what you can know, and know what you can't. Know what you can do, and know what you can't. It pisses me off. I sit there and I think, man, maybe I'll write a book. But how? In what form? Sci-fi? The pages are turned. And the machine's a runaway train. There's no way to stop it. And if you say anything, if you question anything, I mean, these are not things that, they're like a background kind of tune things, you know what I mean? Obviously they're not important. For human life. We meet people, we make babies, we learn lessons. And that essentially is what life is. But it has a way of taking the sacred out and making, anything of importance that we feel towards this thing, anything sacred, any wonder that we might have had, we can define right out of the equation. And if you think the Islamic world doesn't see that, doesn't see how cheap the culture is. I mean, there's always been, you got Rabelais, you got all these people, man. I mean, it's always been that way, sort of. But you always had a balance. And by essentially defining everything and making up definitions where, we really don't know. And turning sand into concrete and doing it quickly and then turning the page. I'm sorry, buddy. That chapter's already been written. Who wrote it? I don't know. The reasons, I question. I mean, power wins. Money talks, bullshit walks. In the end, that is, the essence of it. You hold as much sway as you can. And I look on YouTube and I see, 2,000 views for this, 2,000 views for that. But no one takes this shit seriously. They tell us that suns shine like stars. And we have an infinite, expanding universe. Sort of pseudoscience, a sort of metaphysics replacing Newton's physics. We really don't know. We say we can't see planets when we go far out. We look at suns and we look for a wobble. But our planets here shine. We've got beautiful pictures of them. We've got some magic fuel that sends us to Mars. Now, I can't get a plane from LA to New York without refueling somewhere. Goddamn, I can go to Mars. I can go a million miles away and land on a meteor and get a live feed. Now, the third world, they can't get a cell signal. They can't get a satellite signal. How don't you explain to me that? Why are solar panels on satellites? That's the cold dark of space. I mean, what? I get a solar calculator, I turn off the lights, it ain't gonna work. It makes your heart sick. Let's talk about 9/11. Let's talk about 3 non-pilots who, from all reports, couldn't fly, a little biplane, a little jet, getting into a commercial airplane, and navigating without coordinates or altitude 2 and 3 states over. Perfect right there, brother. Perfect right there, brother. And you gotta say, what? I mean, why would you do something unless you saw a clash of cultures? Unless you saw a problem, you thought, you know what? I'm going to solve this problem before they're able to solve it. And you tell this to people, and they go, well, you're full of shit, man. I mean, yeah, anybody could do that. I could do that. That's how confident people are in their abilities. But really? Dead reckoning? And what about World Trade Center 7? You know, how long? They say it takes 2 to 3 days to plant the explosives correctly to fail a building. Take me any time to do that. But don't question it, man, because, no, I mean, they wouldn't do that. They couldn't do it. You know what people can do. Maybe they tell you, you know, we sacrifice one life to save 10. We take the war to them. Shock and awe, shock and awe. I don't know. I'd like to be wrong about all these things, and certainly I didn't go looking for these things. But the more I ruminate on them, the more I try to do research on them, and see all this nonsense. I mean, you could try to do a research paper on this, but at some point, you got to rely on common sense. Engineering is miraculous, the things that it can do, and the things that it's created on terra firma. You got to know its limitations, man. And there's, you know, whatever, man. NASA is big kids shooting big rockets. I don't know where they go. But I know the fuel tanks come off within 30 minutes of the flight, you know? Well, they come off when you got that. What the hell are they using? We don't need much fuel on a non-gravity environment. I mean, I don't even know that a non-gravity environment exists. I just wanted to put my face out there, my voice out there. You know, I hope people do more research and make more worthwhile videos, because this certainly isn't one of them. But, yeah, this Western worldview is just, it's wrong. I mean, what good is a good show if it's built on an edifice of sand, you know, lies? And they are lies. Man, I've been through this for 12 years. They're lies. So what do you do, man? I mean, because they turn the page. Well, they turn the page on 9/11 quick. White noise. That's all you hear, man. Babbling, trifling arguments on the news. Nothing really. Anyways, I just thought this would put this out there. My face, my voice, what I look like, whatever. Who the fuck cares, you know what I mean? But, anyways, good.